So as a law enforcement officer, I think that mental health is super important. I think it's really needs to be one of our number one priorities. We see so much and we have such a strain, whether it's physical, mental, emotional. And so my personal goal is that day one of the academy, we start talking to new and incoming officers about, hey, how do you take care of your mental health? What does that look like for you personally? Do you have any hobbies? Do you have anything that you like to do? How do you like to free your mind? How do you like to relieve stress? Because we do see a lot of stress and we know that people process stress in different ways. Oftentimes, we're viewed as the helper. And if the helper isn't helped, what happens, right? So we have to send a message that it's okay to get help. It's okay to ask those questions, take advantage of those resources because they're out there. We either one, are not aware of them, or two, one of the biggest problems in law enforcement is that we think that if we take advantage of those resources, they're going to report back to the department and then we'll get deemed unfit for duty. And that is a huge stigma within the law enforcement community. So letting them know, hey, those resources are out there, they're good resources to have, and it doesn't automatically mean that you will be unemployed. Getting help does not equal unemployment. Self-care is the best care, I always say that. So I 1000% feel that there is hope for healing. As long as you are taking the steps that you need to get those resources, process those traumas, you 100% can receive hope. And that looks different ways for different people, right? But I'll share one of my experiences. And I had a very traumatic call. I had a child that was killed. And that process for me looked very different, right? I had coworkers come to me saying like, hey, you haven't been talking much, like you just seem different since that call. And it was one of those things where initially I didn't realize it. And then so finally, like I talked to somebody about it. I had a department debriefing and I was like, hey, I have felt different. So talking through those things and realizing that one, something was wrong, and two, that it was okay to discuss that and get it off of me, right? Because a lot of times, it's metaphorical, but we say like it feels like a weight has been lifted off of us. But when you finally relieve that weight and you get back to being the best version of you, it makes a world of difference. So there's definitely hope in healing.